sometimes the events are such that you only repeat them when you fail. For example, if I tell you that you were trying to kick the ball and trying to put it into the goal, मैं इसको इस तरह phrase करता हूँ that Umar kicks the ball until he puts it in the goal. That means he'll try to keep on kicking the ball until the ball goes in the goal. And once it goes in the goal, he will not try again. Is that right? If I were to visualize this, I'll say, okay, for example, the probability that he puts the ball into the goal in any particular kick is independent. The probability does not change. सही है. इसकी एक और example ले सकते हैं. For example, I roll a dice until I get a 5. Every time I roll a dice, what is the probability of getting a 5? 1/6. That is the probability of success. And I'll roll the dice until I get a 5 on that fair dice. So I'll say that either I get success or I'll fail. What is the probability of success in case of a dice? 1/6. And failure is 5/. Now what will you do? If you're successful, will you roll the dice again? No, you won't. But if you have failed to get 5, you'll again roll the dice. And again, the probability of success still 1/6. And the probability of failure is 5/6. Is this clear? Okay, if you're successful again, you will not roll the dice again. But if you have failed, you'll again roll the dice. And the tree would just keep on going on and on and on. Is this clear? Now, X is the number of trials that I am doing to get my success. So, for example, if I ask you, what is the probability that X is equal to 2? What does that mean? That I get success in the second attempt. How will I find this? Very good. I'll fail in the first one. तभी तो second trial करूँगा. If I've failed in the first one and I'm successful in the next one. लिखते जाओ इसको साथ साथ. 5/6 multiplied by 1/6. Okay, what is the probability that I get success in less than or equal to 3? What does that mean? Less than or equal to 3. Either I get success in the very first trial, or I get success in the second trial, or I get success in the... Can I say that in this tree you are considering every path except one particular path? Which path are you not considering? कौन से 3 failures वाला, right? So you can just subtract that from 1 minus 3 failures के जो path है. Or you can take the longer route as well के सबके अलग अलग निकाल कर plus करके निकालो. You will obviously get the same answer. Is this clear? In geometric, there are no fixed number of trials because we conduct trials until we get success. अच्छा, what is the average? On average, कितने trials में मुझे 5 मिल जाएगा? If you give me a dice and you're saying on average सर 6 trials में मिल जाएगा. Is that right? So इसमें mean या average हम कैसे निकालते हैं? पहले इसमें notation समझ लो. इस scenario में हम कहेंगे X is geometrically distributed and इसमें हम P लिखते हैं, which is the probability of success. In this case, the probability of success is 1/6 और mean निकलता है simply 1/P से. I'll write it in a much more decent manner. So such a discrete random variable in which you are just doing trials till you get success can be modeled through geometric distribution, but the probability has to remain independent. सब हम powers वगैरह जो लगाते हैं, why do we do so? Because the value of probability does not change, neither for success and obviously not for the failure as well. Now read this question. If X is geometrically distributed, they have not told us the scenario, just given us the notation. With 0.2 being the probability of success, find probability X is equals to 4. What is the question asking us? What is the probability that I get success in the fourth trial or the fourth attempt? How will I find the success in the fourth attempt? Visualize a tree diagram. The question is asking you success in the fourth attempt. And the question already told you that your variable is geometrically distributed. When will you go till the fourth attempt? पहले तो fourth attempt का जवाब ही कब बनेगा? Obviously, when we will fail in the first three. So if the question is asking us, you can just use this to visualize. जरूरी नहीं है बनाना, but I'm just helping you understand. So the question is asking me कि failure, failure, and failure, and then success. This is the question. So if the probability of success is 0.2, what is the probability of failure? 0.8 to the power 3, 0.8 cube, and multiply by 0.2. Do it. And you should end up getting 0.102. If you're getting anything else, do let me know. Second part is asking कि probability X is greater than 6. Just to help you visualize, इतना बड़ा tree बनाते नहीं है. But if I say कि success failure ये तो 4 trials हो गए. Then this is the 5th trial. Then this is the 6th trial. And उसके आगे we can obviously make it तो tree जाता ही रहेगा हमारे पास. और से देखो. You are trying कि first failure, 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 then failure, then failure, then failure. 6 failures तो हो. उसके आगे you are considering every possible path. जब 7th में success मिल जाए या 8th में और 9th and so on. Is that right? किसी भी path के beyond, किसी भी point के beyond, if you are considering all possible paths, तो all possible paths का sum क्या होगा? Very good. The sum of all possible paths will be 1. So you can directly say, very good. हम कहेंगे कि 0.8 to the power 6. That means 6 failures होना तो जरूरी है. उसके बाद आपको कभी भी सक्सेस मिल जाए. एंड टू हेल्प यू अंडरस्टैंड कि कैसे वन होता है, पहले तो वन होता है लॉजिकली, हमने पढ़ा हुआ भी है पहले भी. इफ आई जस्ट राइट डाउन, समझना जरा ज्योमेट्रिक क्यों है इसका नाम ज्योमेट्रिक, क्यों, you'll understand it through this as well. 7th failure, 7th success, sorry, 8th success, 9th success, so on. ये तो हम इन्फिनिटी तक जाते रहे. इन सब में से can I take 0.8 to the power 6 common? And what will I be left with? 0.2 plus 0.2 into 0.8 plus 0.2 into 0.8 का square. What do you see in this? Which kind of a progression is this? Geometric. इसका A क्या है? 0.2. And what is R? What is R for this one? R is the value जिससे वो multiply होके we get every next term. What is R? 0.8 is R and A is 0.2. And I need to find the sum to infinity. Is that right? How do we find sum to infinity? A upon 1 minus R. A is 0.2 divided by 1 minus R. This again becomes 1. तो logically सोच सकते हैं कि उसके आगे we are considering all possible paths. And this is the other way of doing it. So now if X is geometrically distributed, what is this 0.9? The 0.9 is the probability of success. State the value of expectation. How do we find expectation in geometric? How do we find expectation in geometric? ये ऊपर किया है भाई 1/p 1/p वही है, इट इज स्टिल कंटिन्यूटी में चल रहा है, सब कुछ वही है. So expectation is 1/0.9 which is 10/9. और सवाल देखते हैं. If x is geometrically distributed with 1/3 as the probability of success, find probability x is equals to 3. What does this mean? Third में success आए. How will this happen? First two failures और तीसरे में कर लो calculate. Expectation, how do we find expectation? 1/1/3. What is the expectation? क्या बनता है वो? 3 बन जाएगा simply. Expectation is 3. Now the C part is saying probability x is greater than expectation. What does that mean? 3 से ज्यादा है तो x can be 4, 5, 6. कहां तक जाऊंगा मैं? So what is the easier way to do this? 3 failures तो होंगे या नहीं होंगे? हाँ, 3 failures की probability multiplied by 1. 1 से multiply नहीं भी करूं तो value does not change obviously. Greater than 3 का मतलब है थर्ड के बाद सक्सेस मिले, which can be abbreviated. A very similar question. पास पेपर का क्वेश्चन भी देखते हैं. Now this is a very easy question. An ordinary fair die is thrown repeatedly until a 5 is obtained. Now what is the success? Getting a 5. And what is the probability of success? 1/6. The question is telling you until a 5 is obtained. You know कि आपको geometrically distributed हो गया. The number of throws taken is denoted by the random variable x. First part is asking us the mean. Mean is 1/1/6, which is 6. Now part B is asking us find the probability that a 5 is first obtained after the third throw, but before the 8th throw. That means you get success on the 4th throw, 5th throw, 6th throw or 7th throw. Calculate it and tell me what do you get first. Then I'll let you know कैसे करना. एक तो another possibility was if you want to find between 8 and 3, if you find less than 8. How do you find less than 8? Think of this. अगर less than 8 है तो 8 से कम सारे paths लेने हैं. Is that right? You will take all possible paths except the path of 7 failures. Is that right? So you can find less than 8 इस तरह निकाल सकते हो. And less than equal to 3 कैसे निकाल सकते हो? You will take all possible paths but the path of 3 failures. So 1 minus path of 3 failures करके. And if you subtract both of them, you will get all the sum of all the in-between values. So this was another way of doing the same question. You must know both ways. दोनों तरीके आने चाहिए. Do not treat it as an option. Whenever you are concerned with these in-between values, you can always use these ways to find the probabilities. Is this clear?